What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Saturday game day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Glad to have you aboard with us here. It is a game day, which that's exciting. LSU Auburn fired up for it. Drew decided he wanted to get up at 8 o'clock this morning, not sleep in, so late night, early morning, not always fun. Try to catch me a nap at some point today. But it's okay, we'll bring the energy. All right, y'all, we'll say some good mornings here. Game day, great slate of games today. Welcome to October. October, which is the best month on the sports calendar. College football conference action gets into full swing. NFL is in full swing. Major League Baseball postseason is in October. The NBA starts in October. College basketball teams are practicing. You have college baseball, fall ball, if that's your thing. So I love me some October. So, LSU Auburn today, y'all. I gave my pick yesterday. I like LSU. I think it is a tight ball game where LSU gets a late score and wins. I think I picked it 27-20, or maybe 24-17, something like that, where it was like a tie ball game, but a late score gives LSU the win. I do like LSU to win the game. I do think it'll be close. And in the end, I just think LSU's defense is the difference. LSU's defense, I just don't know that Auburn can move the ball consistently on LSU's defense. So as long as the LSU offense doesn't give them anything, or special teams, block punt, kick out of bounds, get the ball 35. You know what I mean? Like when you botch coverage and let them have a long return and flip the field or get points on special teams. I think that's the key for LSU. If LSU goes and plays a clean game, they're better than Auburn and should win it. So, all right, let's say some good mornings. See what y'all got. Ryan, Amanda Guidry. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Benton Alford, Jason Austin, good morning. How's Drew? Go Tigers. Drew's good, thanks, man. He's up. He's sitting over there watching Sesame Street. Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Evan Kirkwood. Truax, what's good? Adam Michaels, no chance to nap too many games. That's, I said that, Adam, and I immediately thought the same thing. Oh, God, there's the guy covering himself in mud on game day. Oh, God. Is he there? No, he's not there. Yeah, man, great slate of games today, by the way. And the 11 a.m. slate Central Time, is a really, really good slate. By the way, your boy, if you were following our pick'em contest, or our pick'em yesterday, had UCLA last night beating Washington. Wrong team was favored in that game. Little drama for Tulane and Houston last night. A little overtime drama. The Wave win it. But yeah, look, 11 a.m., man. You got Michigan, Iowa. Iowa has won outright 4 times in the last 5 home games against top 10 opponents. Outright winner 4 times. So Michigan on upset alert today. Kentucky Ole Miss is at 11 a.m. Oklahoma TCU is at 11 a.m. Purdue, Minnesota, Texas Tech, Kansas State. You got some good games at 11 a.m. We'll gear up for 2:30 with Bama, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Baylor, which is a huge one for the Big 12, by the way, by extension, the playoff. Wake Forest, Florida State is also at 2:30. Florida State trying to remain unbeaten. Kansas and Iowa State at 2:30. It is a jam-packed day, y'all. I mean, 3 o'clock, you get Mississippi State, Texas A&M, which I'm pretty fired up to watch that one as well. Big-time prove-it game. Of course, LSU will play at 6 tonight. And then, 6:30 night game, NC State, Clemson is a big one. First time in the history of that rivalry that both teams have been in the top 10. So, man, I'm looking forward to Pac-12 After Dark as well. You got Arizona State, USC, and Stanford, Oregon as well. So, it'll be a late night fun show. Kelly Rose, good morning from Las Vegas. Truax, Brownwater weather, that is true. Blaine Smith, Chance Babin, Aaron Hornsby, Tyler Alexander, good morning. Any key players for LSU out with injury? With Brian Kelly already announced with Armani Goodwin is going to miss the game, and Garrett Dellinger is going to miss the game. So, it makes sense you put Miles Frazier at left guard. The big question is, with Dellinger being your backup center, what happens? Hey, someone's got to explain this to me. So Sheila Strickland said Disney took all my channels. I saw something on Twitter that, like, if you have Dish or something like that, ESPN has been removed from Dish. What happened there? I mean, that is brutal. I mean, if you wake up on a college football Saturday and you can't get any of the ESPN channels, oh man, brutal. Trivia card or Jordan Coleman? Let's blast neck one time. Okay. Caleb, good morning. Kenneth Jackson, Joseph Feltwell, good morning. Love the shirt. Yeah, thank you, man. A little Hudco roofing, a little long sleeve action going. All right, what y'all got? Brad David, Joseph Falsgraf, Taz Johnson, who's playing quarterback for LSU today. Well, for LSU, that's obvious. I mean, that's Jaden Daniels. He's the starter, and he's fine. The injury he sustained last week was minor, and he could have gone back in. He just got kind of like dinged on his lower back, so he's good to go. Michael Castello, what's up, Michael Castello? Good morning. How about the Bears? Yeah, man, Catholic. What a win last night. They played Montgomery Carver, who's one of the top teams in 6A in Alabama. They played at Mumford Stadium up at Southern, and Catholic hung 42 on them, bro. I mean, Catholic's offense, defense has struggled this year. But, man, Catholic's offense has been a machine this year. Nicholas Cantrell, morning. Who we betting today? I've got 8 locked in. So, man, I need to look at my DraftKings app. I'm trying to remember off the top. I don't think I played 8. I do have Iowa with the points. For sure, I know that one. I took Arkansas plus 17.5. I like the hook. Make sure you can get the hook. I think I might have played Baylor at home and laid the 2.5. I do like Mississippi State at home today. I think that's a money line play. I think Mississippi State wins that game. Well, I'm sorry, they're laying points. Forgive me. So I laid the 3.5. I'm sorry, I laid the 3.5. I think I might have laid the 7 with Clemson at home. No, I didn't because of the rain. I'm worried about the rain. Yeah, that's the one that's tricky because I think I would lay the 7 with Clemson, but they're anticipating really bad weather, so I don't know what that's going to mean for this game. So, Janet A. woke up to no ESPN channels on Dish. Wow. So it's just Dish, huh? Wow. Jonathan Martin, Dat Cajun. Let's see, Joseph, as long as we stop their quarterback from running, I think we're good. Robbie Ashford's a good athlete, but really Auburn, Tank Bigsby and Jarquez Hunter are the 2 talented runners. But their offensive line has really struggled to get them going. So if LSU stops the run and you make Robbie Ashford a passer, that's really the key because I don't think he can throw, and I don't think they have they don't have the athletes on the outside. So now next week becomes a very different challenge. I think the one thing we haven't seen yet is how LSU's corners handle an elite passing game. You're going to find out next week when Tennessee comes in. But you're not going to be challenged in that way today. Weston Weaver, Chase Ellefson, Rob Boudreau. How was Hocus Pocus? I didn't go to Hocus Pocus. I went to dinner by myself at Rufino's last night. So Eric and Drew went to a Hocus Pocus party, and so that was at 6 o'clock. So I got off air, and I went right over to Rufino's. And so I just sat at the bar and had a dry-aged strip steak, medium rare, roasted potatoes, ahi tuna on a salt block, glass of wine, a little cheesecake and coffee. Had myself a night. Jeffrey Bone, Migo Tez, did check out your boy Coy Moore. I did see the Coy Moore video. We played it yesterday on AFR. For those that didn't hear it, well, let me see. I'll just play it. Hang on, I'll find it. Hang on, real quick. I will find it and play it for those that haven't heard it. So Coy Moore, who is a Rummel Raider, signed with LSU. Here you go.
Has done a really good job with recruiting wide receivers over the last few years. I don't think that's debatable.
So Coy Moore was on something called the War Report, and so it's an Auburn podcast, I guess. And you're hearing the host ask him about like why he left LSU, and you'll hear Coy Moore coming at the end.
LSU has done a really good job with recruiting wide receivers over the last few years. I don't think that's debatable. The receivers that have come out of that program have been incredible. So when you came over, there was a feeling, hey, this
Bring
guy
to daddy.
could be. They might be crowded there. So when you made the decision, was it just about like what drove you to make this decision to transfer and jump into the portal? Was it just too many guys at the same position, or what was it?
It wasn't nothing about that. In my opinion, I ain't trying to be cocky, and I was the best receiver in that room.
Okay, now that's that. Listen, because Kayshawn he's nice.
Oh no, I know, and I'm better than him for sure.
My God.
So Coy Moore said he's better than Kayshon Boutte, that he was the best receiver in the room. I get why Coy Moore left. I mean, he was he kind of came on a little late in 2020. And only had like 5 catches a year ago, and you saw guys like Jack Besh emerge, Brian Thomas emerge. So when the younger guys passed him, he left and went to Auburn. He's Auburn's best receiver now. But man, that is something there. I wish him well, and he's a good player. But to say you were the best, I like a receiver with a little. I want my receiver to think he's the best player on the field. But man, you go say that publicly, you just put a gigantic target on your back. Dustin Bolello, my Auburn hate goes back to Tuberville days. Before Bama, there was Auburn. Man, you got to go before Tuberville. Shoot, man. Chance Babin, did Dellinger injure his right or left hand? Chance, my understanding it's his left hand. So, he could theoretically snap with his right hand still if he had to play backup center, if he had to. But don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure. But let me confirm that. Todd Ayer is scared to death about the center position, 1 injury away from a disaster. That's true. Brian Kelly was a little coy this week. He wouldn't disclose what they would do at backup. He said they rotated, they kind of moved some guys around. He said they moved some guys around this week to get some depth at center. So what does that mean? I don't know. Hope we don't have to find out. Aaron Hornsby, good morning. Blaine Smith, Matt with Auburn colors on. No, Blaine, I don't have Auburn colors on. I have Hudco colors on, bro. Craig Duga, morning Scone, boot up, we riding. Darren Six Killer, Disney contract with Dish expired at midnight. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know how you let that happen. I mean, on both companies' part. Well, for everybody who's got Dish, if you need to watch games, get by Pluckers today. Or come hang out at Don Juan tonight with us. Watch LSU. Aaron Hornsby, let's see, Kerry Moe, what's up? Pitt rolling with Lamb. Oh, nice. Ron Wisnant, I will take Bama. Gave up 17.5. Okay. It was a close game last year in Tuscaloosa. Arkansas's pass defense is definitely a problem. But Bama, look, they got the stat up right now. Bama points per game allowed on the road, 24 at home, 13.5. That's since 2021. So Arkansas's gonna be ready to go for the game. It'll be a good environment. Bama's gonna win, but you give me 17.5 with a home team that can move the ball and control the clock. Yeah. Will Myers, morning Matt, over 42.5 rushing yards for Daniels today. Yep, if that's the prop, I would take it. I mean, he is going to be LSU's leading rusher. Y'all, go look at what he did against Florida State. Go look at what he did against Mississippi State. He didn't have to against Southern or New Mexico. He will have to today. So yes, unless and until LSU proves they are capable of lining up and running the ball in traditional sets, you're going to have to be creative to move the ball in the running game, which is okay. It's just what you are. It's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just what you are. Vernell Thomas, I hate that I have to wake up, get into game mode at 7 a.m. We didn't focus as a team. That goes for LSU and the Saints. I'll tell you this much, Vernell. Oh, so y'all, I guess this is a quick programming note. Tomorrow, of course, the Saints kick at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. So morning Scone tomorrow, I am planning to do a Saints companion show. So look for, if y'all are down for it, join us. I'll fire up the stream around 8:30, and we'll do a Saints Vikings companion show tomorrow morning. Let's see. YouTube, smash that like button if you haven't done so yet. 118 watching, just 28 likes. Let's get that up if we could, please. And subscribe up to the channel if you haven't done so yet. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. After Hours Clinic is open today, so if you need an orthopedist today, you can always get by Brock. See a doctor, bypass the ER. And Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. I want to remind y'all, man, when I ask y'all to let us come do a free inspection, this is not a sales pitch. You pay homeowners insurance for a reason, because if you have damage, your insurance company pays for it. So essentially, we're not coming to try to sell you a roof. It's let us do an inspection, and if there is damage, we'll file a claim with your insurance company and get your roof bought. So you're basically hiring us to represent you with against your insurance company to get, or to work with your insurance company, I should say, to get it done. And maybe the great news is you go walk your roof and it's great. But I mean, you don't know you have damage until you either inspect it or you wait until you have, water spots on your ceiling. I mean, you might have had Ida damage that's caused a slow leak every time it rains, and then it's still drip, 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 and then all of a sudden it gets onto your insulation, it gets waterlogged, gets way down. You never know because you're not up there, and then all of a sudden you start to see a water spot on your ceiling. It doesn't happen overnight. So just because you haven't seen damage yet from a storm doesn't mean it ain't there. So, Hudco Roofing, just click the link. Fill out the form on the homepage. We'll come give you a free no obligation roofing inspection. Migo Tez. Let's see. Dave Endur, good morning. Brad David. Did LSU ever consider Mel Tucker? I'm glad he was not hired. Yeah. He wasn't the first choice, but he was on the list. Merrick Bethurn. Matt just made E-Rock the celebrity picker make E-Rock the celebrity picker every week. Well, she's not next week because we legit do have a celebrity picker next week, and it's someone with like millions of social media followers. Like, it's a big name next week. Jordan Coleman, can't wait to see T-Bob, White Girl Wasted later. Yeah, that's going to happen. Brett DeGrow, Joseph Fallsgraf, Tulane's looking good. Yeah, man. Willie Fritz got them playing well. Steven Mortimat, once Auburn fires Harsin, does Lane Kiffin get a shot there? Seems he wants out Ole Miss. Jimmy Rain, having too much influence at Auburn, has run that program into the ground. Steven, Kiffin would be interesting. I don't know. But that would be the second time Auburn poached an Ole Miss coach. He did it with Tuberville. I'll tell you a name to keep an eye on would be Hugh Freeze, but I don't think Auburn's going to be able to. I don't think Auburn's going to be able to make a hire until they hire their AD, Because what coach is going to want to go work there when you don't know who your boss is going to be? So I think they got to hire an AD before they hire a coach. Brown Bear 765, RIP to anyone with Dish Network. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Brad David, let's see. Since you will have a late night and the Saints game is early tomorrow, we still squeeze morning scone. Yeah, so thank you. Yep, I will do a companion show tomorrow. So maybe we'll welcome some friends on, like we used to do with LSU baseball. So we'll look forward to that. Murder Giraffe. Good morning, Cody Kibidoo. Morning, Matt. You see the interview from Coy Moore yet? Talked about that. Mike Prima, LSU 48-2. Okay. Edward O, good morning. What's good? Brett, how about the Drew Hudco jingle? Oh, hey, speaking of which, come see Drew. Come see. Hey, come here. Guess what? Come sit on Daddy's lap. Come here. Okay. You want to say hi to Dad show?
No.
You want to say hi, Dad show? Say hi, Dad show.
Hi, Dad.
What was a big stretch?
Hi, Dad.
Oh, that was good. That was very sweet. Now, listen, I have another question. Do you want to sing the Hudco jingle?
Yes.
All right, you do it.
How come we've been? How come we've been? You got someone you know.
Let's go. No.
Tell your instrument you know. How come we've been? How come we've been? How we've been? It's on us. How come we've been? How come we've been?
Yay! Good job. Oh, wait, you're done. You're done. You're done. Come here. Wait. Let's take off your backpack. All right. You're beeping.
Beep.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay. All right. How about that, y'all? Got a little Hudco roofing jingle courtesy of Drew. Oh, cool. By the way, that number is 364-1007. I think it would actually be really great if someone called that number right now and woke up Terrio. Let's see. Tommy Prohaska, what's good? Go Bears. Jeff McKithen, what's up? Jamie Hodges. Anthony Guglieluzza, good morning. Hope all's well. Been keeping my mouth shut so far this season. Enjoyed the growth of this team. You should, Anthony. Look, it's gonna be one of those seasons where, it's gonna be. There's going to be really good days, and there's going to be some frustrating days. I'm hoping today's a really good one, though. Let's see. Ray Woods, hey, Matt, good morning. Any game coin updates? Got a 10-year-old baseballer ready to cut some NFTs. I'm fired up for it, Ray. Yeah, I mean, yes, of course, there are updates. I mean, there's updates every single day. But we are not going to announce a launch date until it is 100% ready and we know we can go live without any issues whatsoever. So I know I keep saying we're close, but we are. So thank you so much for your patience, and I think your patience is going to be rewarded and you're going to love it. And I'll tell you this, by the time your 10-year-old is playing baseball in the spring, he will absolutely have his NFTs. That much I will say. And his fan token and all that stuff, and be really cool. Rob Bujo, hurry up and buy ESPN Plus. So, I mean, I guess that's what ESPN is thinking, right? Just have everybody who has Dish just go buy ESPN Plus. See their subs spike. Duval, Dish and Disney are in carriage negotiations. These things are becoming more common because networks want more due to cord cutting. Fubo TV is the way to go. Well, ultimately, Duval, it's going to be just what the previous one said. It's like they're pushing subs to ESPN Plus for that reason. When ESPN launched, ESPN did one of what became the most lucrative cable deal ever. ESPN went and said to all of these cable providers, "Hey, look, carry our network for no fee." and just pay us a subscription fee per subscriber. So when someone called the cable company and said, "I want ESPN," well, then ESPN would get a piece of each one of those subscriptions. Well, ultimately, the network grew to where it was on literally every single cable package in the world. So that's how ESPN became the behemoth that it has become. Because they cut a bet on yourself deal early. Instead of taking a flat rate, they said, "Hey, look, for every sub, we'll take a rights fee." Well, as cord cutting happens, their rights fees have dropped, which is why they've introduced ESPN Plus to try to make up that revenue. Let's see. Yeah, Kyle Messling catching up. Just read that Carver put their 4-star defensive end, Russell and Shelton. They did. So that's Montgomery Carver has a 4-star defensive end. They put him on Shelton Sampson last night when Catholic played Carver, and Sampson still had a touchdown catch on him. Shelton's really good, y'all. They iced the game. It was a 6-point game, and Catholic was trying to ice it. They had a 3rd and 11 or 12, something like that, around midfield. And Carver still had a couple of timeouts, and so Catholic it was less than 2 minutes to go. So if Catholic didn't get the first down, they were going to have to punt, give the ball to Carver with a couple timeouts, up only 6. And they threw a fade down the right sideline to Shelton. He was well defended, still made the catch. I tweeted and posted on Instagram and TikTok the video if you want to see it. Gumbo weather, yeah. Trey Guy, what's good? Dat Cajun. Chase Ellison, is there any scenario you see which Jimbo in or does the recruiting class? Oh, which does Jimbo in? No. Look, Jimbo's not going anywhere. They extended his contract this offseason. They'd owe him like $86 million, which they could pay, but they're not going to. He's good, and no, he's not going anywhere. Caleb Lemoyne, what will it take for LSU to get ranked? Caleb, they'll have to win this week and next week. Just flatly. LSU was also receiving votes this week, like 6 votes. They're not even close to being ranked. So you win this week on the road. You're 4-1. You've rebounded from your early season start. Then a lot of people look at you next week and go, okay, here comes top 10 Tennessee. Can you beat Tennessee? By the way, I asked Phil Steele yesterday on AFR, or when kind of off air, before he came on, what the line would be for LSU Tennessee next week. And his Vegas power rankings has it a pick 'em. So LSU Tennessee might be a pick 'em next week. Now that may be the opening line, then it'll adjust accordingly. People will probably bet Tennessee, but it was interesting. Jed Meir, I see LSU winning this game 21-13. I think LSU makes a big stop to keep it at 8 points. I think Vegas has the spread right. Nicholas Cantrell, it's a tale as old as time. Disney wanted more money. Dish said no. Pulled Disney ESPN. Then how many people leave Dish? That's not necessarily a smart play. Does T-Bob have any more eligibility? Yeah, I don't think you want T-Bob in there snapping the ball. Not 33-year-old T-Bob who hasn't done anything, in a decade, especially when he's, 270 pounds. I don't think that's what you want today. Let's see. Dave Ender, the headsets worn by head coaches must be made by Timex. Take a lick and keep on ticking. Travis Young, what's your poison for today? Yeah, Travis, I don't drink during the day, man, on game days. I told you, game days are work days for me. I got to do post game. So I'm watching games. Then for LSU, I'm charting. I have a drink at Don Juan. When we start the show, they know to come bring me a Sazerac neat, and I sip that one Sazerac during the show. I smoke my cigar, and that's it. So now a couple of weeks ago, when they beat Mississippi State, I felt like having a little bit of a celebratory day. So I had a few whiskeys, drank a few beers, and I Ubered home. But maybe today might be one of those too. LSU, if they have a nice win over Auburn today, we'll see. Janet, do you have to have a TV provider to purchase ESPN Plus? Janet, I don't believe so. I mean, that's a streaming service, so you should be able to go to ESPN and ESPN.com, or go to your the ESPN app on your smart TV and purchase Plus. Great job, Drew. Time to make an NIL deal. I love it. River Reese, good morning. Been a fan since I discovered you on TikTok a year ago. My first question I got to ask, Patrick Peterson, our best corner ever. By the way, thank you, River. Very cool of you. And y'all should go follow me on TikTok, where I've been making content for like 3 years. When everybody laughed at me and said it was just for kids dancing, I was like, no, it's not. It's a content platform. And, well, now everybody's on TikTok. But anyway, Patrick Peterson, best corner ever. I think physically, LSU's never had a player like Patrick Peterson where he was that big of a corner with that kind of speed. So in that sense, I would say, yeah. I mean, Stingley obviously became the high. I think Stingley is the best pure corner and became the highest drafted. I know people kind of poo-poo Stingley now because of how the last 2 years went. I'm here to tell you flatly, like, that's just dumb. I mean, I don't blame him for anything. He tried to give it a go last year, tried to play hurt, decided to opt out, get ready for the draft. Don't blame him. The COVID year, he played with some real stuff going on. Tried to play through an ankle, had some other stuff. But man, if for nothing else, as great as he was his freshman year during the Natty season, I mean, that alone, like, forever respect. You know what I mean? Whoops. All right, y'all, smash that like button. Appreciate y'all for being here. Where are we? Joey Metke, Jared Espry, what up, Matt? Your celebrity guest picker had me feeling like you. So Terrio called Erica yesterday. She was our celebrity guest picker. But he legit does have a celebrity guest picker for next week. I saw him book him. All right, man, we're almost done. Wow, y'all, only a 30-minute show today. Y'all are done? Wow. Michael Cook, what's up? Mark Bork, good morning. Austin Eddy, no wedding scheduled today. All right, Austin, good deal, man. All right. Blaine Crochet. I think the caution should be that ESPN Plus will not get you access to all the ESPN games. You may still need a subscription that includes the channel the game is on. Is that true, Blaine? I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't, because we do have cable, and I subscribe to Plus. I subscribe to Plus, whenever they launched it, because they put all their UFC content behind the ESPN Plus wall. So I mean, that's why I subscribe to Plus. Whatever it is, $6-7 a month, $10, whatever it is, I don't care. But so I get everything either way. But that's interesting to know. Okay. DA, Matt, starting to think Loomis isn't the genius I thought he was. After watching a lot of ex-Saints players ball out on other teams, do you think the Saints are just cheap or held back by the cap? I mean, DA, they're held back by the cap, man. Like, the thing is, listen, you can't pay everyone, okay? When you draft well and you have guys on rookie deals and they ball out, you have to decide who you're going to pay. And they've decided to pay Ryan Ramczyk and Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara and Demario Davis, who obviously wasn't on a rookie contract, but they paid him. They just paid Eric McCoy. But, you can look at, okay, well, they didn't pay Trey Hendrickson. And it would have been great to keep him, but, you drafted Marcus Davenport and Peyton Turner. Like, you need to get a return on that draft capital, right? So the hope is those guys develop and become really good ends. It hasn't happened this year. You let Von Bell walk in free agency because you had a price tag. Well, you brought Malcolm Jenkins back and you had Marcus Williams, and your safety position was good. Then both those guys are gone. You went and signed Tyron and Marcus May, but certainly doesn't look as good as you were. Not that they've been a problem. So yeah, I mean, look, it stinks when you see guys that you drafted, leaving free agency or you trade them or whatever the case may be. But the reality is you can't pay everyone. So it's kind of the catch-22, right? It's why we talk about windows. When you have that window open, look, this happened to Seattle. Okay, that's a great case in point. When Seattle went to back-to-back Super Bowls, it was because they drafted Russell Wilson in round 3. So for 4 years, they had Russell Wilson on a third-round rookie deal where they were paying him $300K. So they had an elite-level quarterback on a minimum rookie contract. So what happened was when Russell Wilson's deal came up and they had to pay Russ, and then you had all these guys, Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor, and who was the big defensive end they had with the little shoulder pads? I'm blanking right now. Anyway, you had all these guys from the great Legion of Boom defense, and then you had to decide who you were going to pay, and they couldn't pay everyone, so one by one they started losing pieces to what made that team a championship caliber roster, and it fell apart. And you're kind of seeing the same with the Saints, only Seattle made it to 2 Super Bowls and won one of them and was a boneheaded play called the goal line away from going back-to-back. The Saints just had a whole bunch of heartbreak, from the Minneapolis Miracle to, obviously the Nolan no call and losing to Minnesota in 2019, and then, Tampa in the home game in 2020. I mean, you just had heartbreak after heartbreak in the playoffs. You had great teams, you won a lot of games, you had playoff disappointment. So that's why a lot of this, I think, is it looks the way it does. Bill Gallion, good morning. Gregory Gordy, can you give us a clue or hint on the guest picker? It is not someone with Tennessee ties. It is more someone with LSU ties. Let's see. River Reese, what would you like to see today from LSU to make you feel better heading into next week? Boy, I would love to see them get the running game going, because, River, I'll tell you this. Next week with Tennessee, a big part of playing defense against Tennessee is an offense that can control the ball, control the clock. Because you have to limit. See, I think with Tennessee, it's going to be a numbers game. What I mean is, you're not going to be able to stop their offense from scoring entirely. They're too good. They're too explosive. They're too dynamic. They're going to make plays, and they're going to score points. So if you figure you have 12 possessions in a ball game on average, can you get 6 stops? Well, if you get 6 stops and they score in 6 possessions, can you limit them to like 3 touchdowns, 3 field goals? Then that's 30 points. Well, if you hold them to 30, can you win at 35-30? You know what I mean? But if you're able to grind some clock, does their 12 possessions maybe become 11 possessions? They have 1 fewer because of your ability to play ball control, or 2 fewer because of your ability to play ball control and sort of shrink the game, and then they don't have the opportunity to put up 30. I think that's really the key. Understand you're going to give up yards, but hold them to threes. So that's what I want to see. I mean, I don't know that we're going to see that confirmed from the defense today, but really what I want to see is offensively LSU continue to develop in the run game. Brad David, why do you think Harsin is such a bad fit at Auburn? Hey man, look, Gus Malzahn didn't exactly leave them with a loaded cupboard, and I think you got to be patient and give a coach time to build his thing. But Auburn has sabotaged itself for so long with coaches because they have too many cooks in the kitchen. From if you have weak admins and if you have you let boosters get too involved, you end up with this chaos because you don't know who's actually calling the shots. I mean, there was basically an internal investigation into the head coach last year. I mean, it's so stupid, what's going on. But anyway, that they essentially, I think Harsin's a good coach. I don't think they gave him a shot. They dictated to him last year who he had to hire for his staff, and then after 1 year, he fires all of them and brings in his own guys. But now the spotlight's on him, and it's just it. You got to be able to give your coach autonomy to build and run his program, but they just don't trust the guy they hired. So that's a problem. Let's see. Blaine Crochet said, for instance, an SEC Network game that's not on ESPN Plus will not be available without a provider. Got it. Jared Esper, you think Brian? I don't know why they would make everything available on Plus. Samuel Smith, LSU 27-13. I would love to see a 27-13 win. I would love a 2-touchdown win in this ballgame. Christian, how bad of a day do you think Auburn has since their center is out? It's interesting. I mean, we talked about that, right? Mike Detillier's old angle, which is teams that lose their center fail to cover 80% of the time in the week they lose their starting center. But they're moving Brandon Council to center. And Brandon Council is their most experienced veteran offensive lineman. Now, he's not a center, but he has been there for... Let's see, Brandon, hang on. Brandon Council has played... he's been their starting right tackle. 6'4", 328, senior. He he's played 40 career games, Council. No, I'm sorry. So he was a 3-year starter at Akron, went to Auburn in 2020, started at right guard, then at right tackle. Then in 2021, he started at right tackle. So he's played over 40 games in his career, but this is his 3rd year at Auburn. He is their most experienced veteran offensive lineman. He's going to start at center. So that's interesting. I mean, Mekhi Wingo should be able to have a big day today. Let's see. Man, Joseph Feltwell, my MMA viewing goes to 0 during football season. Literally goes to 0. So I have no idea. I'll pick it up again in February, maybe January. Peyton Turner, maybe one of the worst picks ever for the Saints. Too early to tell that, Merrick. I think he's a versatile player. He can play inside or out. He's a young guy that they were betting on to come. So we'll see. Just got to stay healthy. T-Bob doesn't count as a celebrity picker. That is not T-Bob. Adam Abear. Morning, Matt. I bet you scored Burrow for your celebrity guest picker. No, we did not. Exius. Hey, Matt, do you think the Mississippi State game versus Texas A&M will give us a good stance on where LSU is? No, I don't like to do the transitive property in sports. I don't really think that works, but I do think State's going to win that ball game. I think A&M, and I haven't nailed everything, but I have nailed A&M this year. Had them win in the last 2 weeks, and I think they lose this week. That's a huge letdown, look ahead spot, and I think Mississippi State pops them today, and then Bama will absolutely just skull drag them next week. And then A&M fans get upset because now you're at 3 losses with November to go and with 6 weeks to go, and there's more to come. So, but as far as a look at LSU, what does that game tell us? Not much. I mean, I just want to see LSU keep playing better every week and keep getting better. I mean, you can objectively look at LSU right now and say they're better today than they were 4 weeks ago. So what do they look like at the end of November? Regardless of what the record is, what do they look like? Let's see, Gulf South. I was watching Game Day. They showed LSU Auburn highlights. One was a LSU quarterback throwing 5 interceptions in the fourth, including 3 pick sixes. Was that Walker Howard's dad? It was. That was Jamie Howard. That was one of those. So that was 1994, and that kind of started the name games. So 94 was the interception game. I guess Earthquake in '88, but 94 was the interception game. And you got to remember too, man. Like LSU in '92 won just 2 games under Curley. 93 they got run in Baton Rouge by Auburn. I mean, that was the Auburn team that went undefeated in '93, but with Terry Bowden, but was ineligible for the championship because of sanctions. And then in '94, God, they were so close. I told a story on AFR this week. The interception game. I was watching that at home. My parents were in North Carolina at a work conference for my dad, and I remember Dad called, like, just kind of to check in. I think our aunt was staying with us. We were kids, and we were high school, maybe like whatever. I'd have been 12, 13 years old, so maybe I was like 7th, 8th grade, whatever. And I remember I was like, Dad, we're gonna win. I can't believe it. Like, we're gonna win. We're beating Auburn. Like, we're gonna win. And then the interceptions happened. It was, so 94 was the 6th of 6 straight losing seasons. That was the year, of course, they lost to Southern Miss, a game I was at as well. But yeah, man. But that was Jamie, and that's one of the reasons why, Jamie has talked about, with us, like being okay with Walker redshirting, because Jamie had to play early. I mean, he had to play early, and it was to his detriment. And Jamie was a really good player. I mean, ultimately, LSU in '95 bring back the magic. I mean, he had redemption a year later when LSU beat Auburn, 5th ranked Auburn, 12-6. But I think it's why they're willing to be patient with Walker, to say, look, just let him develop, grow at his rate, and play when he's ready. But that was Jamie in '94. But so 94 was bring back the magic, and then, 95 was bring back the magic. 96 was the night the barn burned. 97 was the Cecil Collins game when Damian Craig led the great comeback. Anyway, but yeah. Hi! Oh, thank you. Oh, what did you do? Oh, here you go. Here you go.
No.
Do you want this?
No. Pick it up.
Pick it up. Got it. Daddy got it. Pick it up. Okay, done. What are you doing? Hi.
What's tomorrow?
What is tomorrow?
Sunday.
Sunday. Hey, who plays football on Sunday? The Saints. What do we say when the Saints are playing? Who dat? Hey, what do we say when LSU's playing? Go Tigers. Good job. All right, y'all, smash that like button. If you're there on YouTube, Facebook, please like the page, share the post. We could do this here for a quick second.
Someone you know, Scone and Terrio. All you need is Hudco.
Drew.
3, 6, 4, 107.
Hi, Drew. You want to come say hi to Dad? You want to sit on my lap? Say hi to Dad's show?
Pick it up.
Pick it up. You can come sit with Daddy.
Pick Pick it up.
Pick it up. Okay, there's my boy. Oh, get my hands on you. Get my hands on you.
Where's
Huh?
tomorrow?
What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday. What's today?
Saturday.
Saturday. Today is Saturday.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Drew. Do you want to say hi to, let's see. Where are we?
Where?
David went because of Auburn's.
Where's hi?
You want to say hi, David?
Hi, David.
Say hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Say hi, Nicholas.
Hi, Nicholas.
Say hi, Taz.
Hi, Taz.
Say hi, Austin Fridge.
Hi, Otterford.
Say hi, Tony Cortello.
Hi, Tono Carol.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Let's see. So when are you going to sing the Brother Martin song? Never, Bill. Never. Actually, well, not when they're. I don't know. Just when they're not playing Catholic. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Drew. Difference in Arkansas and
Where's
Mississippi State's
the
quarterback play. State wins today. Arkansas's not playing Mississippi State today. Texas A&M is playing Mississippi State today.
Pick it up.
Pick it up. Alan Holt. Auburn game is always something special. My claim to fame is that I was at the Earthquake game, sat in the student section behind the band. Okay. Nicholas Cantrell, 0-1, beating them in Tiger Stadium, rushing the field, smoking crappy cigars on their bench. Nicholas, I'll show y'all something that's on my,
Pick it up.
that I have on my shelf over here. Pick it up. That I have on my shelf over here from that game. So, after LSU beat Auburn in 2001, we stormed the field. My buddy Ben, who passed, July 31st, 2009. 13 years. Okay. Oh, here you go. You want YouTube?
No.
Oh, what do you want?
Video.
Oh, videos. Do you know where they are?
No.
Do you know where Mommy's videos are?
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Yeah.
Okay, you do it. Anyway, so storm the field. That is dirt from the eye of the tiger. That's in my hand. And that dirt from the eye of the tiger is in this jar. Along with the unsmoked cigar, which was lit, as you could tell in the picture, by the ash. But I just had no idea how to smoke a cigar, and I just lit it, I'm sure, and it was crappy. But that's the remnants of the cigar, and that was the koozie I used for all of my bottled beer that tailgate season. So I have the dirt, the cigar, and the koozie. So needless to say, yeah, I am a fan of the LSU Auburn game, and 2001 was special. It was the first time LSU ever went to Atlanta for the SC championship game. I mean, it was a massive, massive win. I mean, it 5-3 in the league, won the West, had some help. Actually, Alabama beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl, which set up the Auburn LSU de facto West championship game in Tiger Stadium. Still an all-time amazing day. Wendell Norman. Hey, Drew, come see. Drew, come see. Drew. Shane Danos. Good morning, Matt. It's my fiance's birthday. And Auburn game day. It doesn't get much better than this. As long as LSU wins. Because if LSU loses on your fiance's birthday, whew. Hey, Drew, come see. I was trying to get to you around the SEC request. All right. Greg Self, good morning. Edmund Seal. Jared, I'm saying difference in the teams that A&M played between Arkan Fraud and Mississippi State. Yeah, because they will have played both. Yeah, I don't know, man. I see what you're saying now, but I like because A&M beat Arkansas, and then what happens with Mississippi State, respective to Arkansas. No. I mean, I don't think that. Maybe Jared, you could draw that conclusion. I tend to not travel that path, because A beat B and B beat C. A should beat C. I don't know the answer for that. Kelly Presley, good morning. Matthew, so Noah Kane will be starting. Will he rotate out with Emory? No, I think John Emery's going to start today. I think Emory will be because the way they've run it in the past is Goodwin was the one. Emory came in usually to start the second quarter, and they rotated Josh Williams in interchangeably after that, and then Noah Kane kind of became your second half closer. So I just think everybody moves up a chair. Emory because your starter, Kane becomes like the next guy in, and Williams is sort of like your change of pace, third down back, like we've seen him play that role. I'd just keep him in that role, right? So, anyway. All right, Jerry Fono, thanks for being here. I think we're just about done. I'm going to pick up generators, take them to the Carolinas. All right, man. Good on you, dude. Safe travels. Okay, y'all, I think we're just about done. Thank you so much for watching. As always, y'all have a great game day. Enjoy all the ball today. Should be a really fun one. Got a lot of good games, especially that 11 a.m. slate. Looks really, really good. So, enjoy the game. I want to remind y'all, game time for LSU today is 6 o'clock. And is LSU wearing black uniforms? No, they're not. So game time for LSU is at 6 o'clock. T-Bob and I will be live at Don Juan immediately following the game. So hopefully y'all can come join us there. If you can't join us there, watch Whiskey and Wine on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel or the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook page. And remember, tomorrow, guys, tomorrow, I'm going to get up and we'll do a Saints Vikings companion show for Morning Scone. So I'll be watching the game at 8:30, so I'll just fire up Morning Scone and we'll stay on and do a companion show for as long as y'all want to hang out and watch the game. So we'll hope to see y'all then. All right. Have an awesome day. We'll see you. Peace. Go Tigers.